Today we're going to start our conversation about the idea of human experimentation and the question of what is right. So in order to give you a little background on this, we're going to talk about the birth of unethical experimentation quickly. So Dr. Joseph Mengele was dubbed the Angel of Death by concentration camp inmates during World War II. He sent over 400,000 people to their deaths during his 20-month tenure at Auschwitz-Birkenau. Many of these deaths occurred minutes after prisoners alighted upon the concentration camp grounds. Dr. Mengele took it upon himself to greet incoming detainees. After a brief inspection, Dr. Mengele would decide their fate. If he pointed right, the prisoners would be assured life. Left, death in the gas chambers. Often these decisions were made on a whim. Once Dr. Mengele directed an entire boxcar of people to be executed simply because they were infested with lice. Often, he would take his victims directly from the trains in wagons painted with the Red Cross emblem. He would give the children candy and tell them to call him Uncle Mengele. Dr. Mengele amputated limbs and removed organs without anesthesia. He gave his victims diseases like typhus and malaria. He beat children to death. He sterilized, castrated, and poisoned people. He even tried to conjoin two twins by cutting them open and stitching their blood vessels together. But Dr. Mengele is best known for acts even more disturbing. At Auschwitz's gypsy camp, Mengele conducted experiments on what he called his exotics: dwarves, the handicapped, and children. His main focus was twins. This positive near-father figure image contrasted greatly with Dr. Mengele's true intentions for his subjects. After being weighed, measured, and, if possible, filling out a questionnaire, each set of twins began their new role as Mengele's guinea pigs. One would be taken to the operating room, the other would act as the control, pampered and cosseted in a special barracks called the zoo. By the time Auschwitz was liberated in January of 1945, Joseph Mengele was long gone. First, he relocated to another concentration camp. Then, he attempted to escape Germany dressed as a regular infantryman. Though he was captured as a prisoner of war, the Allied forces had no idea who they had captured, and he was released. From there, Mengele left for Argentina. For the next 30 years or so, Joseph Mengele lived life on the run. He worked under a dozen aliases and changed jobs, residence, and countries. He was never captured or tried for the crimes he committed against humanity. Dr. Mengele died in 1979 in Brazil. He drowned while on vacation. Because of Dr. Mengele and the men who conducted inhumane medical experiments during World War II, the Nuremberg Code was developed in order to protect the subjects of human experimentation. And here is a little glossary of terms. I want you to pay close attention to, again, the Nuremberg Code. The Nuremberg Code is a set of principles for human experimentation set as a result of the Nuremberg trials at the end of the Second World War. Specifically, they were in response to the inhumane experimentation carried on during the war by individuals such as Dr. Mengele. And we will continue our conversation of human experimentation in class.